Hi, this is Val with Folk Art Wings, and I just wanted to bring to you a quick how to. I hope to make it quick. When you're making junk journals, you really want to use junk. So it's things you've got laying around, things that somebody donates to you when they know you're a crafter or an artist, things you might glean from a yard sale. Of course, that's buying, but it's recycling too. I love the purpose of junk journals. The purpose is to record your history on top of something else that's about history in a book. It doesn't have to be historical. It could be anything that someone has written, but they wrote it in the past. So it's history built on history. And I just love that idea. I have fun doing junk journals. I think it's addictive in a good way. I think that people that can't afford much but want to do something creative, this is a perfect foundation for them to begin with. So, one of the quickest, easiest thing you can do is when you're taking your pages out, you might not have a book that's had its signatures and pages sewn in. This one has, you can see the little holes. I was able to keep the folded page intact. So this is something I'll save and I'll put inside a journal as is, and then I might decorate it. One of the things I think is so simple and easy is when you tear out, like from, say, it's a paperback book and you've torn it out. I take that page, fold it in half, lay it down on an open page, and I'll sew around the three sides or I'll glue. You can use double-sided tape if you want to. There's so many avenues. If you don't have a sewing machine, just you can actually hand stitch some running stitches around it if you want thread as an accent point to decorate it, and you don't have to go any further. But this is the simplest thing that you can do with book pages. You can take the folded book page and actually, like this one, sew around it before you even attach it. So when you sew around it, you would want your page to fit within this open page. So if I was going to want to use this folded page, it's a French book page. It's got writing on it. I don't want to erase that. I like that history part of it. So I sewed around this side to have the writing in the right direction. So that would go on this side of the book page. If I do this and have to trim it off, what am I trimming off my sewing? So I don't want that to happen. So I'm going to put it down here, and just with a little bit of a mark, I'll do that. And then I will cut and put that down here so it fits. I think I'll go ahead and do that for you to actually see. And try and do it as straight as possible. I'm really bad at getting something straight, but there you go. And so I'll sew it here and make it into a pocket like that. Or I can sew all three sides. I think since this has already got some sewing on the page before I put it in here, I'm gonna glue the three sides. So there you go with one of the simplest things you can do. You take the simple folded book page and then just add a little stitching around it. Sometimes you've got book pages that are very thin. And this came from an almanac. It's got great color. Some of the fonts are wonderful. You can fold it any way you want. If you were doing a gardening book, you might want to use the headline here. On this side, there's horses with a plow. I thought that was really cute. My husband is an avid gardener, and I think he'd really enjoy that in a gardening journal because he likes to record everything that he plants from one year to the next, what plot he planted, what particular vegetable, and how it did during the season and what it produced. So you can take your open page. Wanted to show you some pages are extremely thin. You can see how thin this is. I don't think it's thick enough to be held up, and that's pretty an interesting side that you might want to use too. But anyways, I take the folded page, double it. I don't do any gluing or anything like that. I wait till I've got a spot that I want to put it in. I can put it in here, sew it all around, or glue it down. I can leave it so it flips up. I can do some extra papers that are tucked in here for waterfall effect, so to speak. Something that's interesting. Might want to add some of this. And then when you put that down, you don't even know it's there. I can staple all those pages across, or I can take a running stitch on my sewing machine, or I can just glue them. And then I'll trim them all down so they fit within the boundaries, and then attach this as, no, I won't do that. I'll attach this part. Let me get that straight. I'll backtrack. Since I'm doing it this way, the inspiration's hitting right now. Instead of just leaving it as a pocket like I was telling you, sew it all the way around, trim it to fit, put your little scraps of papers in here one at a time, just by putting a run of glue here, then the same thing, a run of glue at the top of that one, a run of glue at the top of this one, glue it down, and then trim those up to fit in within your boundaries of your book page. I always turn it to the back, and I know exactly what I want to trim. All right, so that's an idea of using up scraps again. Let's put that aside. With this one, I took book pages, and when I'm just, resting after I've worked in the garden most of the day, I want to have something really clever to do. So I take the plain book pages in a stack like this, and I start decorating. And a lot of times in the mail, you'll get these free stickers. They don't say anything, but they've got a cute little image on them. These are butterflies, some florals. And so I'll go to my husband's old seed catalog and do a triangle edge on it, which is fun. And I'm using something that's a scrap again. And I'll show you how I do that. I just cut out a square. And you can see it's not a perfect square. I've just chopped it out of the seed catalog. Take and fold that in half, so I've got a triangle. Fold that in half again, and I'll take the page. I slip this over the edge, just like that. I've got it on both sides. I take it to my sewing machine. I sew across this linear edge. It catches the back too at the same time. And then when I want to use it in a journal, I have the choice of either using this side or this side. You can see total different colors, but it's absolutely a beautiful little accent, and it came from a seed catalog. Okay, so I'll do a pile of those some nights. If once you want to attach it, you do the same thing. You make sure it fits within the boundaries of your book page. You trim off the excess. You've got this wonderful little triangle here. And through the mail, my husband has a free sticker that he throws my way, and I'll put that on there. I don't think it needs anything else. I think it's really, really cute. You can see each one gives a different effect. And each one's sewn and caught on the other side. But I decided to go ahead and choose which side I liked that would match a sticker. And so I've got an assortment here. When I'm ready to decorate, I'm ready to go. I've got something unique and special and pretty to use on my to decorate my page, my book page. Another thing that I like to do is just simply fold it down, and I might pick up some stickers at a yard sale, or I've got them in my own stash. And so, of course, I'll fit this to the book page. Various different stickers here you can see that I've attached to half a page. And then I'll size it to the size it fits in here. Gives me a little pocket. Put the glue all the way around here. I can keep it so it flips open, or I can seal it shut if I want to reinforce it. Okay, so that's just a simple thing of stickers. The next thing up, I might take an offcut from scrapbook paper or a book page, and so I'll fit that to the dimensions that I need and trim this down. Probably I would trim it on this side so I have that little accent of color there. With this one, I took the sleeve that chopsticks come in and just tore that apart and added a couple of stickers, so I'll put that down for a pocket. This one I used an offcut and I folded the book pages twice, and like I showed you earlier with those almanac pages that were full pages, and I fold them and then fold them again. So that I did that with these almanac pages, and I applied a sticker, and instead of gluing it, I sewed all around the outline of the sticker and sewed the top edge there. So I've got a great accent to any book page. You can put it this way, sew it down here or glue it down around those three edges, and you've got a nice book page that you can slide little mementos into. Another way of decorating is sometimes I'll collect feathers. We've got a huge yard, and so we do get feathers in the yard, and my husband will pick them up and bring them into me, and I do too. And so I just stitched this with a little embroidery floss and put that on the folded book page, and that's going to be my pocket on here, and I'm just going to glue it down or sew it down on the three sides. And so I've got examples of those feathers. I also used to make dolls, and I would dress them up and add to their hats and so on. And this is a double page math book page, and I put some antique millinery flowers on that one, and I'll attach it just like the others. There's another example, this one. So many things that you can do. Just sew them down, did a little stitching on that, slow stitch, and just simple gluing. And so you get lots of accents, lots of color, and you can just sit in the TV, front of the TV, or engage with another friend that loves to do journaling or mixed media, and you guys can share your supplies. I just wanted to keep it simple for you to see that there were so many things that you could do with half a book page. You don't even need to decorate it. If it's got a different tone on tone, that's even cute, just to leave it the way it is. But I just wanted you to see what you could do with stickers and feathers and offcuts and just magazine pictures or seed catalogs that are slick finished. They're great for attaching with a sewing machine. Just some fun. And one more thing that I wanted to show you of what you can do, those double pages that are thin and they need to be reinforced, instead of folding them in half like a book page, go ahead and try folding them in half this way. And then in the center, again, now you've got a much more reinforced book page. You can sew all the way around the whole thing to keep it attached, or you can just take your glue stick and let me get that open real quick. Get my glue stick out. You don't need to go all over everything perfectly, just a little bit, especially if it's thin paper. It sticks pretty fast, pretty easily. All right, so then fold it again. Decide which side you want to have on the outside. I think that's kind of interesting there. And with this one, I did the same thing, fold it in half height-wise, and then a half in the book fold. And then I took an off cut of book page that was scrap, too big to fit into my journal, a little piece of wallpaper on this side, sewed them down, sticker and a sticker, sewed those down, didn't trust the glue, and you don't have to do any sewing. You can do the same thing, same technique. If you've got a good glue, you know it's going to stick. Go ahead and use that to reinforce everything. But just folding your book pages in different ways really gives you the advantage of what now can I do? A couple of examples of the same thing. And what I did with this one, I folded it the same way as this one, but I put the offcut of book page on the side instead of at the top, because this really is reinforced once it's double folded. And then I put some stickers on the front and the back. With this one, I did the same thing. I reinforced it here with an offcut from some scrapbook paper, just black scrapbook paper. And then I put a stitched around the edge of a sticker on this side. And I took, this is an offcut from a little strip of calendar page. I just made a little tab out of that, and I just glued it. There's no sewing on that, and you don't have to do sewing on this. And then the back of it, it opens up like this. I can cover this with white tissue paper. It'll give me a white writing area if I want, or I can take book page in the appropriate size. Let's get a bigger one so you can see a little bit better. And I can put book page here. Might want to put it a little lower, but I want to make sure it's glued down securely here, and that gives me a book page. It covers up some of the print and the stitching. But like I said, you can leave it. You can just put a piece of white typing paper and glue it down. So different ways to decorate. I just loved doing these, and your mind just starts spinning and you come up with new ideas every time you open up your book pages and think, what am I going to do with this, and how am I going to attach it to the book pages in my journal? So thanks for watching. I'm going to have more tips and tricks on my how-tos. I'm trying to keep it simple. I'll try and do shorts. And if you like this kind of video that starts from the beginning, let's see what we can make out of just book pages and supplies that we have on hand, scraps that people have given us, sticker books from teachers. I mean, I glean from anyone. I happen to have a teacher in the family, and so I can get a lot from her. I have friends that are junk dealers, and I get vintage papers from them and vintage books from them, and anything else that they have, they know I collect. I've got one gal that's given me offcuts from quilts. I mean, there's so many things that I'm going to be able to teach you and show you that I use too. And just wanted to share the joy. So if you enjoy this, like, ring the bell, subscribe, and I'm going to try and post every week. Thanks for watching. I enjoyed doing this for you and hope you come back. Bye-bye.